MIT, this is Axiom Mission Control Center. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is MIT. Can you hear us?
Yes, hi. Station here. Good afternoon, everyone.
We cannot hear.
Hello, can you hear me?
No, it's locked.
Locked.
No.
Then we cannot hear. Station, I don't think we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
John, this is Axiom again. So we are checking.
Yes.
So there are some audio issues here. So please stand by. We are checking.
Okay. Okay. Still there, Nicole? Okay. I think this is going to work. Whew. Yeah.
And station this is Axiom. So put you back in the conference. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Turn your computer volume way up pretty good when you play it. Okay.
Okay, great. Well, I'm thrilled to be here today on behalf of MIT, the Humans Project. John Shoffner, thank you so much for bringing the Humans Nanodisk with you on your mission to the International Space Station.
It's wonderful to be here with the Humans Disk. Can you see it?
Yep, we can see it.
Yeah, it's having a lot of fun up here, this Humans Disk. It wakes me up at night to go out and play. It's fun to do things with too. It's a very human thing to do. I hope it's not fragile.
We hope our test works okay.
Anyway, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, John. We're glad you were able to take our disk with you to the International Space Station and to show it here. The audience is definitely enjoying that. All right, well, just to give everyone some background. To give everyone some background, the Humans Project is a project that aims to be a symbolic avenue for space access worldwide. It is an MIT project that has collected voice and text messages from people all around the world about the meaning of space to them and to humanity. We have collected 1,234 text and audio submissions representing all regions globally, about 80 countries and about 64 unique languages, many of which have never been represented in space before. Then we use MIT nanotechnology to etch these messages onto the 6-inch record that John is showing right now on the International Space Station, inspired by the Golden Record, to send this message that space should be a space for everyone. So John, thank you so much again for taking it.
Would you guys like to hear it?
That would be wonderful. That's the moment we're looking for.
Sure. Would you like to play it now, or do you have some questions first, or we can do questions after?
I think we can get started with the audio, and then we'll follow up that with the questions from the team.
Sure. Okay. Well, I have to play it from my computer laptop using my headphone speaker because that's where it is. Okay. Let's play audio. Okay. Let's play audio.
34 unique languages, many of which have never been presented in space before. Then MIT nanotechnology to etch these messages onto the 6-inch record that John is showing right now on the space station, inspired by the Golden Record. So John, thank you so much again. and the condition of space and when night side isolates many things to learn and discover. There's no telling whether or what
Der Schlüssel, unsere Welt zu verstehen.
This is what everyone because if someone learns some
Underskill schools are taught through
exploit humans. But even in Simon, this is for every maintenance of the space. We never know how many stars are there. Thank you.
Wow. That was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much for playing the sample, John, confirming that the voices have been received in space. We will be also playing it afterwards, after the live stream, so we'll have a clear audio for it for everyone attending. But to get started, some of my colleagues and I would like to ask you a few questions. And I would like to get started with the same question that we asked everyone around the world. What does space mean to you and to humanity, John?
Well, space is, humanity has admired space since it's first looked up to the skies at night. The early man looked up and was amazed by that. And they even made up stories and legends and fables, and all sorts of mythology came from our imagining of space. We didn't know what it was, but sooner or later we began to recognize patterns and that life could exist there, or that we belong there. And then we began exploring it ourselves. So it's always represented a next step for humanity, a source of wonderment, of surprise, of speculation. And that's what we are as humans. We speculate what's beyond ourselves, and space is that space beyond us. So that's where we belong, and that's where we're going. And that's what this project, I think, very well represents.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, John. Our next question is from Somu.
Hey, John, I have a question for you, just following up on that. How do you envision the space scene of the future? In what ways would it be different from and similar to the present?
Well, thank you for that question. That's the one that we all ask ourselves, but I think we're beginning to see the beginnings of what that answer will look like. As companies like Axiom Space build the next level space platforms, NASA pushes us to the moon and then on to Mars. Companies like SpaceX developing fast access to space, lowering the cost of access for everyone, broadening the access nonetheless. It's being de-restricted from an access standpoint. That puts more people out there and allows us to really, really put in some effort to explore and to develop. So I think we're very close to the future where we are working in space commercially, exploring in a more relaxed fashion, by sending companies and people and individuals like me, having now a chance to come to space, to go there and to see what the next steps are. We are truly at the new beginning of that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, John. Our next question is from Natalia.
Hey, John. If you could send a song to the interstellar space, where the golden record is right now, what that song would be?
Oh, okay. I don't know. My drive out song to go to space was I hate to tell you this, but how bizarre. So um, no one that's as far as I got with that. But going to space and what we're finding out there may seem bizarre, so maybe I'll start with that. But also like a lot, if you know 07 in time 07, I would probably include that on the disc.
Amazing. Thank you, John. Our next question is from Lydia.
Hi, John. I really like that you're enjoying
Hi,
our
Lydia.
disc floating. My question is, how do you plan in your own role to increase equality and representation in space? Thank you.
Well, that's an excellent question, and I appreciate that because it gives me a chance to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is, broadening the education at the lower school levels so that everyone starts to see space as a place of participation for themselves. Up till now, space has been, kind of a high bar to access. Something only governments, or actually only governments, were achieving. So now, with broadening the access through STEM education, the awareness of space, we start to give students the insight that they can be a part of the next space architecture and help develop the future of that. So that will naturally increase in the participation and the democratization of space in itself by getting more people, a broader swath of people, through more access at our lower grade levels, getting them thinking about going to space and doing something for themselves and others.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, John, again. Our next question is from Jan.
Hi, John. I was wondering, in your opinion, over the next 10 years, what will be the biggest impacts of space exploration on humanity?
The next 10 years, 10 years is a pretty short time span. You're looking at our past, at least, in what happens in space. Looking forward, the next 10 years will surprise all of us. I think by having more individuals, more private access and commercial access to space, we'll start to develop broader interest. That will be a chimney effect that will bring in more ideas, more talent, and more thoughts of what we should do in space. If that was your question, going along the lines of what might surprise us about the next 10 years, I think it's just going to be this wealth of ideas and the new approach that people will come with that we've not thought of before.
Wonderful. Our next question is from Nikhil, who actually worked on the audio that you just listened.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, John. I'm curious.
Nice job.
Yes. Thank you. So I'm curious, beyond marketing and romanticization, what role you think artistic media can play either in humanizing the experience of space exploration or helping us who are here on Earth better connect with its realities and its nuances?
Well, thanks for that. And I'm glad you worked on this disc. I'm sorry I didn't have a nano disc player with me to play this. So we had to play it on the computer. But, the arts, which, are very important in STEM, what now STEAM education, art represents the imagination component that all humans have. Everyone has the capacity to imagine. Some of us imagine that and put it in the form of an abstract, something that goes beyond us, thinking of something that doesn't currently exist, and in developing that. The same thing happens in technology and engineering and the sciences. Is the researchers have to imagine something is there before they set a goal to achieve it. So the arts give us that expansion of imagination and teach us to always relax and let ideas flow in, whether you put them on a canvas or that you do them in a glove box, or you do them in test tubes, or you do it on engineering drafting paper. It's all imagination, and it's all about what art can drive forward, is teaching us to think beyond that.
Amazing. Thank you so much, John, for the response. I'm going to ask a question on behalf of our team member, John. How do you see the human roles changing in space operations, given the vast improvements in AI, machine learning, and automation in recent years?
Well, The topic of AI is a difficult one today, touchy for some, but we're at the early stage of AI as well, just like the new age of space exploration. AI is here, hopefully, as a very good tool. And as we go to space, the ability for humans to develop models and to explore various models very quickly will become more vital. AI should be, hopefully, a very good tool to develop models and to help compute, expand our ability to process information, and to, as the databases expand, being able to make comparisons, just like the human brain might. Look for patterns, look for relationships at real time speed. So, in that way, we will be able to go further, and the human component will be able to do the imagination and do the actual effort and creation of the work once we have good models and ideas of which direction is the best, regarding any approach that we choose to take, whether that's, going to Mars or looking interstellar. Uh, those lifts will be large in order to produce models that we understand and can rely on. So hopefully AI is a tool for that.
Awesome. Thank you, John. And our last question to wrap things up is from our project advisor and astronaut, Professor Jeffrey Hoffman. So leave it to you, Jeff.
Hi, John. Yeah, I wish I was up there with you. Please give my regards to Peggy Whitson, former astronaut colleague. Great to see that some of us can keep flying after, although I have no complaints about being a professor here at MIT. And thanks again for bringing this great project to a fitting conclusion by taking the disc up in space. It was really kind of you. There's been a lot of talk about increased access to space. What about your thoughts on, the impact of global accessibility? I mean, you have 2 Saudi astronauts now on the crew with you, and they never had astronauts before, and lots of other countries will get that opportunity, hopefully. How do you think that's going to affect the general global perception of space and the future for space exploration?
Well, and it's very nice to talk to you again, Dr. Hoffman. And I'm proud to have a chance to bring this to space and have the conversation and make further awareness to people to see that we're all thinking about this. But to your point, and our wonderful colleagues here, our crew, Rayana and Ali, as crew members, the first Saudi astronaut corps, the first class, they demonstrate that space is available for anyone to step up and take a step to do that. And I think their move is a fascinating one. They have large plans as a country to enter space. And as they move forward and do that, I think they will replicate a lot of what we've done here. We've built on what our past knowledge has and then gone beyond that. So as others see that is possible, and I think we'll see it again later this year, there are other countries that are coming online to go to space, and we bring in more ideas and more thoughts. And it certainly doesn't hurt to bring in more capital, because right now space is a very capital intensive workplace. So as we begin to process more participants through the pipeline, more lift vehicles develop, more access points such as Axiom, Boeing, Blue Origin are developing platforms, then we'll have actual destinations, and we'll start to have a point to all of this. Then there's the moon, colonizing the moon. So it can't all just be, on the taxpayer, like NASA has relied on to develop things, or put it on the back of NASA, I should say, is a more fitting way to put that. Spread it across countries and people and corporations that believe that there is a future there for humanity. So that's what we have. It's a very good access, a very good space to operate.
Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your stay in space, and wishes for a safe re-entry.
Thank you. I think our time is up, so they just flagged me. It's been wonderful being with everyone. I've cherished the opportunity here to be a participant in bringing the Humans Disc to space. I wish everyone good luck, and I hope all of you get to come up here because space is fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, John. We look forward to seeing the wafer back on Earth to display it more permanently here at MIT. But thanks so much again.
See you soon.
Bye.
And that concludes the event. Thank you to all participants.